I want you to look at your goals, and I want you to ask yourself this question. Do you know what it takes to make that happen? You type my name in, and this is by the glory of God. You type my name in, and it's going to say something. You put my name in Google, something's going to come up. But it's going to tell you my net worth from last year. I come from working class parents. I went from being a high school dropout, getting a GED, to having a PhD. Listen to me. The only thing it takes is knowing what it takes. And I know a lot of you are adults, and you're adulting, and sometimes you don't have time for dreams and goals and stuff, right? But I want you to do me a favor. Like, don't let life do you like that. Like, don't let life put you in a circumstance or a situation where you stop dreaming. So one day I woke up and was like, okay, E, stop talking about what you don't have. You need to know what you don't know so you can get to where you're trying to get to. So I need to get a different relationship to knowledge. So I get in the room with Warren Buffett, and what blows my mind is that he's human. He was already one of the richest men in the world. He didn't have to come in and impress nobody. He didn't have to come in and prove that he was rich, because we know he's rich. I'm like, what an amazing feeling. Like, you can be your authentic self. I sat there listening to this man talk, and I was like, whoa. My mom worked for Ford. She later got married. The person that became my father worked at GM. My whole life, I'd never heard that conversation before. I had only heard the working class language. I remember before being in that room with Warren Buffett, I never even thought about making that kind of money. But when I left that room with Warren Buffett, I became a multimillionaire, and I never had to talk to Warren Buffett ever again. I took the information that I was given and I murdered it. I didn't have to call Warren Buffett and ask him, now what did you say again? I didn't have to take a picture with Warren Buffett and put it up. So being successful is not who you are, it's what you know. Real simple. The first thing I'm going to ask you, do you know what it takes? That's it. What do you have today that you've never had before, and what are you going to do with it? You are this close to making every dream you wrote down happen. Why? You have been given information. We did not come here to be entertained. You did not come here to get pumped up. You are getting 10, 20, 30 years of experience in an hour. And so you are this close to your dreams and goals. So I have to ask you the question. You have the information. Now, what are you going to do with it? Those of you who watch people on TV and you go, oh, and you admire them and you love them, and some of you watch so much TV because you really want to live your dreams through somebody else. You're not ready to do the work. Don't let life put you in a situation where you are helping somebody else make their dreams become a reality. You forgot you have your own. Like, don't do that. Don't get so caught up giving some job 30, 40, 50, 60 hours of your day that you don't have any time left for yourself. You can't let that thing that devastated you in 1989, the thing that devastated you in 1996, 2001, like, you can't wake up every day to 2001. 2001 was a tragedy, yes, it was, but you can't stay there. You can't keep waking up to that. I'm not interested in your reality right now. I want you to get back to your dreams. Here's the challenge, though. I'm going to say it slower because it's the simplest thing I'm ever going to say. What you already know is why you are where you are. The reason why you go back to sleep is because you've always gone back to sleep. It's like a default. It is not what you've learned today. The challenge is what you knew before today. And if you're going to get to the next level, you're going to have to erase everything you knew about what you knew, what you thought you knew. I remember that I thought I could never do this. It is the stinking thinking that got you where you are right now. It is the limited beliefs that have you where you are right now. I remember when I was like 19, 20, and I started speaking, 20, 21, and I would go to historically black colleges, and I would kill it. And I remember somebody asking me not to do historically black, and I'm thinking to myself when I first got there, I was like, whoa, I don't know if I could do this. Like, they don't come from where I come from. Like, they don't talk like I talk. I don't know if I have anything to say. He says, no one on the planet is giving free information away like you giving free information away. There's no other motivational speaker going to schools and shaking kids' hands on their way to school and not getting paid a dime for it, meeting them at 6:30 saying, good morning. There's no other motivational speaker going to prisons. There's no other motivational speaker talking to 12 kids in a detention center. He said, you are the #1 motivational speaker in the world because nobody cares about humans like you care. There are people in this earth that value you more than you value yourself. They look to you in a way that you don't look to yourself. You will not get what you're supposed to get until you value yourself and you kill all your limited beliefs. I need you to stop having the poverty mindset. So when I quit my job to be an entrepreneur, my mom was like, whoa, what are you doing? I was like, I'm quitting. My mom was like, don't you dare quit. You're going to embarrass me. You got a wife and kids. Does YouTube have insurance? So what you have to decide is, are you going to keep being the 99% or are you ready to be a part of the 1%? Because it doesn't make a difference where you come from. I'm from Detroit. We just laid off 15,000 workers, and the president of GM, she just got $22 million. We got $22 million to give one person when we laid off 15,000 people, and we took their health care that's already paid for. The working class will never get rich. It wasn't designed. No disrespect to nobody, and I ain't. Because I'm not a victim. Rich people don't work, they think. Poor people work. Rich people don't waste time. They realize it's their most important commodity. You know what makes a difference? What makes a difference is when you become a 99% or a 1%. And when I start thinking like, acting like, and behaving like a 1%er, everything changed. Is that clear? I became #1 in the world. I became a millionaire not because I made more money. I became a millionaire because they told me millionaires only live off of 30% of their income. I became a millionaire because I did what millionaires did. I stopped living off 100%. The very first thing I did to become rich, somebody said, to be rich, put 6 months of your earning to the side. So I was like, all right, bet. That's what the rich told me to do. So I put 6 months to the side. How long did it take? I don't remember, but I put it to the side. Then somebody was like, yo, you need to put 100,000 to the side. I was like, all right. There was a language that I needed to learn. Does it mean I need to abandon the language that I learned? Absolutely not. Does it mean I need to put on a shirt and tie? My brother just came up to me a minute ago, was like, yo, I noticed you do corporate work. Like, I see you doing your thing, and it's funny, that you don't dress up. Now, I don't not dress up because I'm trying to be a rebel. I don't dress up because I want to be comfortable. I don't need to be affirmed. I don't need your paper on my wall. I need your language, though, if I'm going to compete. I need your rules if I'm going to compete. I need your codes if I'm going to compete. The problem with most of you is you don't have a 1% language. You got a poverty language. I realize when you do corporate, it's A, B, C, D, E, F. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's topic, body, body, body. It's topic, support, 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 conclusion. They way more. You ever been to a black church before? The pastor, he all over the place. My man told 6 stories. He didn't close none of them. So I went to every single class, and when the teachers was talking, they thought I was just doing homework. I wasn't. I was listening to how they conjugate verbs. I was listening to how they tell stories. But I'm so good at what I do, they don't even require a suit. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Some of us don't want to wear a suit, but you're not on that level though. Or you want to wear a suit and act as if your suit is going to compensate for what you are inferior at. Some of you wear suits because you think like you're going to impress somebody with a suit, and you might get in the door, but sooner or later they're going to find out who you are. Let's just be real. You know you average in your industry. Just don't trip. Just embrace that. All right? We're going to take you to another level. If you put energy on that thing, if you put energy on it, right, it's going to blow up. And the reason why some of you haven't gotten to the level that you want to, it has nothing to do with talent. It has everything to do with energy. A lot of you are relying on external sources to blow you up. And I want you to get away from that. Like, you sweet enough. Like, for real, you sweet enough as you are to blow up. You don't need anything outside of you to blow up. You only sweet if you. If you ain't you ain't that sweet. And so what a lot of you are doing because you want an opportunity, you are compromising your authenticity to get that opportunity. Stop. You tweet. You got it going on. Fight for your authenticity. Are you hearing me? Like, yo, stop compromising. Stop compromising, y'all.